All right, guys, look. The new dev update is out for Battle for Azeroth, and I've already watched about 6 minutes of it, and then I was in the middle of cooking dinner, and I was like, I need to fucking make a video about this. I need to watch the whole thing, and make a video and give my sort of thoughts about it, because I'm already disappointed. All right, I'm already fucking disappointed after watching 6 minutes. Now, I could change my mind. I don't know. I only watched a third of this, so maybe it gets better. But anyways, let's fucking go.
Hey everybody, it has been an amazing month for World of Warcraft. Ever since WoW Classic launched on August 26th, we've seen millions of players around the world jump in to explore Azeroth as it stood before the Cataclysm. Whether you're revisiting old memories or experiencing it for the very first time, it's been humbling for the team to share in the community's passion and enthusiasm around this classic experience.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been humbling hearing a bunch of players talk about how much better your old game from 15 years ago is than 15 years of updates. I'm sure it's very fantastic for you guys.
We've seen players hit max level. We have seen Onyxia and Ragnaros fall. Several Sulfuruses have been crafted around the world. We've even heard about a couple of epic BOEs.
Looking at you, Cedo.
Shame on you. And many Devil Swords have fallen and donated their leather to fuel the server's economy of Devil Sword leather. We've also heard from many of you that you're ready for something new to sink your teeth into. And so, while we originally had this Phase 2 plan that was going to be Dire Maul Dungeon, World Bosses, and the Honor System for PvP, I'm happy to announce that we're going to break Dire Maul out separately and get it out there as soon as possible. In fact, just a couple of weeks from now, the week of October 15th, the Dire Maul Dungeon will go live worldwide in Classic. So get ready to craft those ogre suits.
That's pretty sweet, not gonna lie. That's pretty awesome. I don't play a ton of Classic. I'm just playing other games, to be totally honest. Kind of just burnt out of WoW, but yeah, that is pretty sweet.
Practice those tribute runs and get your hands on.
I'd love to see stages just come out quicker. Or I'm sorry, phases, not stages. I'd love to see Phase 2 just come out soon, and then I'd like to see Phase 3 come out even sooner. Or really just come out much quicker.
That sweet loot from Dire Maul. Of course, we still have the Honor System and World Bosses just around the corner after that, and I'll share more detailed information on exactly when to expect that as soon as we have it. But we can't wait to see everybody jump into Dire Maul. Now, it's also been an incredible couple of weeks in Battle for Azeroth. Just last week, we saw patch 8.25 go live, and players around the world got to experience the thrilling end to the war campaign, as Saurfang's long journey brought him to stand side by side with Anduin in front of the gates of Orgrimmar, facing down Sylvanas and her forces to bring this battle that has consumed all of Azeroth to an end once and for all.
Yeah, 1v1 duels.
But in the meantime, there are other
classic
threats
Gates
that
of
have been
Orgrimmar
lurking in
type
the
of
shadows.
stuff.
Lest we forget our adventures in Nazjatar, and at the end of Eternal Palace, when we faced down Queen Ashara herself, we did so against the backdrop of an ancient prison built to contain one of the mightiest of all evils that Azeroth has ever known, the old god N'Zoth.
Yep.
And as Queen
Super
Ashara
stoked.
fell, with her
It's about
last
time.
gasp,
This was such a good fucking cinematic.
the final seal that contained N'Zoth was broken, and he was fully unleashed. And so what does that mean for us? Well, I'm excited to announce that the next major content update coming to World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth is Visions of N'Zoth that will answer that question and so much more. For the first time, we're going to see an old god unleashed in their full might, in their dark
Hell
fury.
yeah!
We have seen Cthulhu's Eye. We have seen Yogg-Saron locked away in a prison. We have heard of Ysarge, who perished long ago. But now, for the first time, we are contending with an old god that is fully free of all shackles, to roam Azeroth, to reach out with his tentacles and tendrils and plot and plan and undermine
Just fuck everybody.
all that keeps us safe. That is the threat that we face.
That's an incredible threat. And I bet you what they're going to add is going to be so overwhelmingly crazy and powerful that it's going to be absolutely mind-boggling playing in this patch, right? It's going to be something that's going to be sweet. This massive power we've never seen before. Right?
Ny'alotha, the sleeping city the Dreaming City, as some have called it, is the domain of the Black Empire. It is this alternate world inhabited by the old gods and their minions. And it's not a distant location for us to travel to via a starship or a portal.
Right.
It's, in fact, all around us, on the other side of this thin veil, and what N'Zoth is doing.
Isn't that the Shadowlands? Like, isn't that literally like the fucking Shadowlands, right? Because the Emerald Dream is the exact same thing, right? It's the other side of Azeroth at, like, not the point of creation, Jesus Christ, but, like, you know, before the blueprint of the world, right? Whenever it was just nature and this untouched, uncorrupted area, right? And then you have Azeroth, and then you have the Shadowlands, which is the death side, right? But no, you have Nyalotha, which looks like that exact fucking thing.
Is tearing that veil down, bringing horrible nightmares and dark visions of a future in which the forces of the old god are ascendant into our world. And if we don't stop him, there will be nothing left of Azeroth to defend. Because this has been a battle for Azeroth between the Alliance and Horde, but it's also always been a battle for the safety of Azeroth, for the future of Azeroth that our heroes have been waging all along. And this now is
what a
coming
reveal!
to its conclusion.
Nobody saw that coming at BlizzCon when you announced the expansion.
Across Azeroth are the key to containing, controlling, and understanding the
It only took only took 3 content patches to get here.
Power of N'Zoth. The Titans have always been our world's last bulwark against the assault of the old gods.
This is going to be pretty sweet.
And so, of course, those facilities are being assaulted by the minions of N'Zoth.
I can't wait to see what these look like.
Humanoid allies, horrible insects, or the eldritch creatures of the old gods themselves.
I really hope they're not showing one right now, because this looks like a random area in Pandaria that just has a purple tint and tentacles.
We're going to have to rally to their defense and actually venture through these rifts into the world that N'Zoth's minions inhabit, into an alternate reality that reflects the manifestation of all of N'Zoth's goals, to analyze it, understand the power of the old gods, and destroy these visions from within. Let me talk about what that actually means in practice in terms of gameplay. Now, the first sign of N'Zoth's power that we're going to witness firsthand are assaults by his minions on...
You fucking ready for this, dude? Alright, this is what I've seen up to. I stopped watching around here, right? Because I saw this, and I couldn't help but just fucking laugh to myself. How are you gonna say something's a new feature when it's been implemented 3 times into the game, right? New features, assaults, you know, the thing you had for the pre-expansion event of Legion, and then also had in Legion in 2 different areas, and then also had in BFA. Yeah, it's gonna be a new feature again. Yay! I'm excited for new ways to play the game.
2 key locations in Azeroth.
Sorry, I'm being incredibly negative, and I mean, you know, I love to just meme about it. I'm not really this overly negative. I'm gonna play the game, and I'm probably still gonna enjoy it, but you know, it is just disappointing.
That are home to...
I've not seen anything else though. Anything else that they're gonna announce is totally new to me, so I don't know. It could get better.
Titan facilities. Now, these Titan facilities are our world's last defense, our final bulwark against N'Zoth coming completely into our world and plunging it into madness.
I thought he was already in the world because I swear I just saw his eye. But who knows?
So when an assault is active, the zone will be overcome with powerful lieutenants of N'Zoth, enemies to defeat, treasures to uncover, puzzles to solve, and much more. Building out this content has drawn upon everything that we've learned in making assaults in Tides of Vengeance, as well as major zones like Mechagon and Nashtatar most recently. Now let's take a look at a couple of these locations. First off, Uldum, home to the Halls of Origination, a great Titan vault, is going to come under regular assault by the minions of N'Zoth. When an assault is active in the zone, players will rally to Uldum and battle across the zone against the Old God's minions.
You know, the same thing you did in the pre-launch for Legion, and then also did in Argus, and then also did in BFA against the opposite faction. And this is their Titan facility, and it looks like a random area in Old Doom.
Now, another key location in Azeroth that's home to a major Titan facility is the Veil of Eternal Blossoms.
Nope. Okay, it's the Pandaria place.
Pandaria. Mogushan Vaults is what I'm referring to, of course.
Oh,
now, last time we saw the Veil of Eternal Blossoms, it had been blighted with dark Shah energy unleashed by Garrosh towards the end of Mists of Pandaria.
True. Is it getting a fucking overhaul? Because that'd be pretty sweet.
And the natural redemption that came at the end of that arc has finally healed those old wounds to the land.
There we go.
And the Veil stands fully restored to its original glory for all players to visit in this next content update. At least until it comes under attack by the minions of the Old God.
And then it looks the same.
And is once again plunged into a new type of darkness. Don't worry, it's only going to look like this while N'Zoth is actively assaulting.
The infamous purple tint.
And in the long run, the original pristine Veil is here to stay. But you'll want to journey here, fight off the Old God's minions, unravel the mysteries behind them, and do everything you can to thwart this great threat that's facing Azeroth. Now, Visions of N'Zoth isn't just the name of this content update, it's also the name of its major new feature.
Oh, here we fucking go. Okay. This shit better be fucking phenomenal. Horrific Visions, dude? Oh, God. I'm getting real moist just thinking about this.
By completing assaults, you'll be able to earn your way into the deepest recesses of N'Zoth's mind and the reality that's seeking to manifest itself across Azeroth. There are these horrific visions, which are 1 to 5 player content centered around
1 to 5 player content
and Stormwind that show us an alternate reality of what might come to.
Oh wait, hold up.
Centered around the capital cities of Orgrimmar and Stormwind that show us an alternate reality of what might come to pass if we do not succeed. Here we see maps of Orgrimmar and Stormwind indicating the deepening corruption the farther into the cities we go. Now, when you first enter a horrific vision, I can virtually guarantee you're not going to make it very far. Your mind will succumb to N'Zoth's relentless assault as your sanity slips away. You'll begin to experience effects, various detrimental effects, some cosmetic, some very serious mechanical hindrances, as your sanity literally is drained by being within this horrific vision and by facing off against N'Zoth's minions.
Look, I want to see this shit to the fucking extreme, all right? Because obviously this is like the same thing that they have in every other version of the assaults in the game, where once you complete the world quests in the area, which you know that's going to be this way, you're just going to have 5 world quests in whatever zone is being assaulted, right? And then you're going to go talk to the dude, and then you're going to have the horrific vision, right? This shit better, like, you better have an insanity meter. There has to be certain mobs you can't look at. I want to see shit from the fucking, not Cthulhu, Yogg-Saron boss, right? Don't look at the skulls or else your fucking insanity goes up. Whatever hits 100, you know, you turn on your people and they have to kill you, right? Because you start killing your teammates. I want to see shit like that. I want to see some crazy ass shit. Or like your teammates literally turn into like enemies, or it looks like enemies to you. So you start attacking them thinking you're attacking fucking enemies, and then it's your fucking teammates. Like, I want to see some crazy shit. Okay, now obviously they would have to implement that in a way to, to where like people aren't just retarded. It's not just gonna happen. They're like, oh, that's not my teammate. But they'd have to do it smart. I don't know how the fuck they do it, but I mean, you guys have a dev team. You guys can figure that shit out.
Minions.
That's what I want to see. All right, I want my demands met.
You will have to retreat, but you'll do it taking with you the things that you've learned along the way, which will enable you to build better defenses for your future trips.
I've heard this before. I've heard this before. Remember Warfronts? We want you to collect resources outside of doing the Warfront, and that'll build up the next time you do the Warfront, so you can become more and more successful, and you'll be able to build more shit the next time through because you'll have more resources and all this I don't fucking buy it.
Now, we're going to be working with none other than Wrathion, son of Deathwing.
Of course.
Who knows a thing or two about corruption.
True.
Because his father, of course, was famously plunged
Is that foreshadowing?
into madness by N'Zoth's corruption. And what else does Wrathion know very well? Well, of course, legendary cloaks. And
Hey.
Wrathion is going to work.
I like his sword, dude. Look at that fucking sword. I like his whole transmog. God damn. That's pretty sick.
With us to create a legendary cloak that will initially provide some sort of defense, some sort of.
This one looks cool, and these two look like ass. Oh wait, unless is it gonna turn into this? So it starts off like this, and then it becomes this, and then becomes this, or is that 3 different cloaks?
Shield against N'Zoth's sanity-draining attacks. This will enable us to venture deeper and deeper into these visions on our successive visits, earning greater rewards, also unlocking more of the mysteries behind N'Zoth's power. This cloak may actually also come in handy when you face off against N'Zoth himself further down the road. Now, in addition to the legendary cloaks, you'll also be taking fragments of N'Zoth's corruption out of these horrific visions with you. You can bring them to Mother and Magni to analyze and research, which will allow you and allow them to strengthen your defenses against N'Zoth's corruption and give you new tools.
I just fucking called it. Hold on. No way. These fucking people.
To battle him and his minions.
Yeah. Another Azerite grind. We can fucking get it.
Will help your future visits into the horrific visions, allowing you to delve deeper, overcome greater threats, and weather the effects of his sanity.
Good thing players don't complain about this. Every player has universally loved this system for the past 2 expansions.
Draining attacks. Ever since the Mage Tower in Legion, we've been looking for a way to provide a more satisfying solo progression experience and a real challenge that you can work towards on your own without needing a group of dungeon players or raiders or a battleground group at your side. And that's one of our goals really in crafting this Visions of N'Zoth feature and these horrific visions. This is an experience that you can go into entirely solo and work your way through, making progress further and further each time as you gain the benefit of Titan research, understand the tricks and the threats posed by N'Zoth's enemies, and eventually fully clear the vision at the end of your journey. Now, of course, you can also bring friends in with you. We've made this experience something that will scale.
Wait, what do you get for clearing the vision? Did he say?
Seamlessly from 1 to 5 players, regardless of your role, and the rewards are equal regardless of the size of your group. We want to let you experience this the way that best suits your playstyle. We can't wait to let players check this out on the PTR and hear from you what you think. And all of this is leading to a showdown with N'Zoth himself. And that journey is going to take us into the sprawling raid that is the centerpiece of this content update, Ny'alotha, a 12-boss raid that showcases the full.
So where's Ny'alotha then? Because there's no new zone.
Splendor of the Black Empire. We're going to have to fight our way through the military might of N'Zoth's minions, disgusting spawning pools that have created the corruptions that we've seen across the years, the insectoid allies and minions of N'Zoth, those humans that have decided to embrace this cause of corruption, and much more.
Because we needed another boss.
At the end of this journey awaits the old god himself. We're going to need...
Yo, actually, hold up. That looked cool. Yo.
Embrace his cause of corruption.
First of all, most of this raid looks like Old Deer. Or not most of it. This room right here looks like Old Deer. I don't want to go back in Old Deer. All right. Let's make sure that the whole fucking raid doesn't look like Old Deer, please.
And much more. At the end of this journey...
That's a sick... That looks sick. Is this just Nazmir? Is that like... Is it literally... Is Old Deer the same location? Like, is this just the heart? I think it's called. Is it called the Heart of Darkness? Something like that. I don't remember. But is this just that fucking temple?
Journey awaits the old god himself. We're going to need all of our allies, all of our might, all that we have learned through our research, our work with Magni, and channeling the power of Azeroth herself in order to emerge triumphant and save Azeroth. We also have a number of changes
Wait, they didn't show him.
coming to our reward systems with Visions of N'Zoth.
Oh, here we fucking go. Here we go. Don't disappoint me.
Legendary cloak that I mentioned earlier, that you can earn and upgrade to defend yourself against N'Zoth's assaults. We'll also have new levels for the Heart of Azeroth that come with it, both passive benefits and an all-new essence slot. Now that slot can be filled by a number of new essences that you'll be able to earn through content such as the assaults on Uldum and Vale of Eternal Blossoms, delving into horrific visions, our new Mythic Plus season, PvP, the Nyalotha raid, and more. And also, as we're seeing assaults by the minions of N'Zoth on Titan Forges around the world, we have to wonder, is it possible?
Sorry. My brain said something to me, and then I had to pause.
That these assaults on Titan Forges
is going to stop Titan forging?
Tell me, fucking Ian.
Might somehow change the nature of Titan forging. This is something.
Hold on. My nipples just got rock hard.
We are still discussing, and we are working on a plan.
You better discuss that shit real hard.
But we're excited about the idea of
I'm excited too.
The old god threat this time around to replace Titan forging
with a system that what the hell would it even be called? Old god forging? Titan forging, war forging. What the hell would it be? God forging? Yeah, I don't know. But it should better cap at fucking 5 item levels. Don't look at me like that, dude. I'm telling you.
With something a bit different, something a bit more twisted and corrupt, that also...
He's gonna say something like 100 Titan Forges. Plus 100 eye level. Some shit's fucking crazy.
So ideally works to preserve the value of item level and the correlation between doing difficult content and getting the best rewards. Also coming in Visions of N'Zoth, at long last, are a couple of new allied races joining the Horde and the Alliance.
Don't disappoint me.
First off, on the Horde side, in a shock to everyone, I'm sure, we have the Volpera of Vol'dun, who will be joining the Horde. And if you've completed the Vol'dun level up questline and you're exalted with the Vol'dunai, you'll be able to jump in Visions of N'Zoth, complete a questline, and run around as a Volpera of your very own.
That's easy.
Alpaca not included. Sorry. On the Alliance side, in the meantime, the Mechanomes of Mechagon are joining their gnomish brethren.
Hey, that's not surprising at all.
On the Alliance.
That guy looks fucking cool, though. Look at this guy. He's not even a gnome anymore. The only gnome thinks he has is, actually, his fingers aren't even gnomes. He's just straight fucking robot. You can go really far with this, huh?
Grateful for the aid that's been rendered in overthrowing the despotic rule of King Mechagon.
It's not even a gnome.
Will complete a quest line for those of you who are exalted with Mechagon and can join the Alliance, and you too can have a gnome of your very own with a robot arm and or leg, your choice.
Or just be a whole robot.
I'm also happy to share that we're adding new heritage armor quest lines for the recently updated Goblin and Worgen.
Fuck you. Why? Why? Fuck goblins. Just take them out of the game.
Coming in Visions of N'Zoth. On the Goblin side, you'll be able to earn this perfectly suitable set, complete with explosives.
It looks meh. It's real blah.
Explosives and rockets and everything else that makes a Goblin's cold heart happy.
That's disappointing.
And of course, for Worgen,
that's goofy.
Worgen would be complete without a top hat.
Oh my god, that's great for role players.
To express your true snooty
the shoulders look terrible though.
Or just walk around.
Just hide the shoulders and that would look way better.
Doesn't want to do that really. Also coming with Visions of N'Zoth is a complete overhaul of our auction house. This isn't just a UI reskin, but we actually redesigned and rebuilt the guts of the system to make it faster, more performant, and to get rid of those annoying single stacks that literally no one likes. We recognize that there are hundreds of thousands.
There's ways to get around that. You can filter it by unit price. So you'll have stacks pop up that have the smallest unit price, so you're getting the best deal off of it. So singular stacks isn't really that big of a deal anymore because you guys kind of already fixed that. But okay.
Of transactions happening across our auction houses
Mhm.
on a regular basis, and we want
I'm excited nonetheless. I'm not downplaying how important this is.
to create a modern system that's smooth and easy to use.
Yep.
In redesigning the auction house, we had a couple of major goals. First off, we wanted to make the whole thing smoother and more performant. This is something that we started working on right around the launch of Battle for Azeroth, when folks may remember the auction houses were clogged with tons and tons of single stacks.
Yep. So he's gonna talk about exactly what I just said.
And even purchasing or selling things might take several seconds or upwards of a minute in some unfortunate cases. We want to make sure that never happens again.
Good.
Separately, we want to tailor the auction house functionality to the way that most people use it most frequently. And so if you're just somebody who goes to the auction house periodically to buy consumables for your raid or to sell some extra stacks of cloth or ore, we want to make that as smooth and as seamless a process as possible. The first major change that we've made is separating out stackable items to effectively create a separate commodities market. You can just go list a stack of ore or cloth or potions, and people who are purchasing them can purchase portions of a stack. There's no more sense of
Wow.
there's one of this and two of this. There just happen to be 117 pieces of ore at this price, listed by 7 or 8 different buyers.
There's no need to undercut.
If you want to buy them, you can.
Dude, that's fucking gnarly. What the hell?
Just buy 15 pieces. It'll buy part of someone's stack, send them the gold. If you've listed a stack and only part of it sold, you'll get the gold for what's sold and the remainder back in the mail to you. Also, we have the ability to favorite items and create a shopping list.
That's sick. That's actually really good.
If you regularly forget the name of that specific cut of gem or that consumable, you can just have a checklist that you can quickly search for and buy on the go. And on the selling side, you won't have to worry about stack sizes as you're listing your goods.
Yeah, you just do the whole stack.
Is much less of a factor in the market as it plays out in practice. Ultimately, we've just tried to offer improved functionality, a smoother interface, and faster responsiveness.
I think that's really good.
On all sides of the market, as well as some of the power users out there. We can't wait for people to check it out.
I haven't seen what people in the community have said about this. I know this is like new. I don't know exactly when this video came out, but yeah. Shit, I don't know what other people are gonna say. I'm gonna say that shit's really fucking good.
Out on the PTR, let us know what you think, and we'll be listening to see any further improvements we can make. So that's just some of what Visions of N'Zoth has to offer. Also coming in this content update is a heroic version of the Darkshore Warfront, a new PvP season, Season 4 of Battle for Azeroth, with, of course, all new rewards, and a new mythic keystone affix that reflects N'Zoth's corrupting influence as his tendrils spread their way across Azeroth. With this corrupted affix active, when you go into a dungeon in Season 4, you'll see occasional Black Empire obelisks dotting the landscape. Interacting with one of these obelisks will pull you into an alternate world where we see N'Zoth's power ascendant and a powerful lieutenant of his stands guard. Defeating that lieutenant will return you to your regular reality, but will do so in whatever location you're currently standing when that mini-boss is defeated. This will...
What the fuck? That's also gnarly as shit. People are gonna abuse the fuck out of that. Like, what? People are gonna go in the first obelisk and they're gonna run right to the boss, then they're gonna kill the mob right in front of the boss and then pull the boss. This is gonna be crazy for the fucking MDI.
Will enable some interesting skips that don't involve the use of Shroud of Concealment or Invisibility.
Yes, exactly.
Now, of course, if you keep these minions alive and you just decide to ignore them entirely, they may come and pay you a visit as you're fighting the final boss of the dungeon. So you'll want to strategize very carefully as you approach dungeons with the corrupted affix in play during BFA Season 4.
Oh, and the things are like always there, I guess, the portals.
Now you may be wondering when you're going to get to check all of this out. Well, I'm very happy to announce that we're working
a month,
literally as I speak, on getting this uploaded to our public test realm.
A month.
For the entire world, and we should have it live later today. You'll be
the whole patch?
Able to
I'm kidding, obviously.
Jump in, check out assaults by N'Zoth's minions, venture into your very first horrific visions, and much more. And just after that, stay tuned for news regarding multiplayer raid testing and more. Thank you all.
This shit better not take you 8 fucking months. You understand me?
So much, we'll be listening very closely to all of your feedback from the PTR, and just around the corner after that, see you at BlizzCon.
For the new expansion update. Alright, guys. All in all, I don't know. There's a couple nice little changes. I'm a bit underwhelmed. That's really all I can say. I don't know. I mean, this seems like an obvious nudge that we're gonna get some sort of announcement at BlizzCon. Maybe, actually. I don't know. Because they can't say what's gonna happen after the raid, because nobody's seen the raid yet. So I feel like there can't really be an expansion announcement unless, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Unless N'Zoth isn't even the final boss of the raid. Which could be the case. I don't know. Maybe you only get him to like 90% health and then the fucking raid encounter ends and he does something and escapes. I don't know. Anyways. That's fucking it. I'm a bit underwhelmed, I think. I think this whole portion, is so lame, right? How it's literally, it seems so lazy that they don't make, that there's nothing new. It's like they literally, you go into a portal, it loads the same zone you're in, the same area, but it's got a purple tint and some more tentacles. And you just kill the same mobs you've killed 1,000,000 times in every expansion that has some sort of old god little area, right? The Twilight Hammer and all that bullshit, right? It's the same shit. The assaults, that's fucking, get out of here with that. I think the Horrific Visions is cool. I'm excited to see what that does. I'm excited to see how that plays out, because that does seem really cool. Nyalotha, I'm hesitant to like it. It really just gives me an old deer vibe, which is not necessarily good. I don't want to run through the whole raid again. Allied races, meh. The new heritage armor, meh. I'm excited for the new auction house shit, and I'm excited for Titan Forging to get the fuck out of this game. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it. So, shit. If you agree, tell me you agree. If you disagree, tell me I'm an asshole. Anyways, I'll see you guys. Peace.